everyone, it's Kristy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an update for you on my braces journey. Today we're going to talk about my recent appointment. I had one last week, and I have some before and after pictures to share with you to show you some realistic expectations you can have if you're thinking about getting adult braces in your 40s, 30s, 20s, and what you can expect to see as an adult in orthodontics. And finally, I want to talk to you about papillas, specifically the black triangles that people sometimes get when adults have their teeth straightened. So, with that said, let's get started. So the first thing I want to go talk about is my recent appointment. I just got back last week from a checkup, and I had my power chain replaced, as well as I had a procedure called IPR. It's let me look at my notes really quick so I can pronounce it correctly. Interproximal reduction. This is when the orthodontist goes in, he's taken the power chains off, and he takes a small drill, like a diamond, almost looks like a really small round disc, and he goes in between some specific teeth to shape them, so as they move together they align correctly in your smile and your bite. And I had that done on 2 of my teeth, and he did that primarily to try to correct some black triangles that had formed when my teeth were straightened. I had some crowding, and as a result I had lost some gum tissue, and that resulted in some black triangles. The black triangles are really clinically called the papilla. The papilla is the piece of gum in between each of your teeth, and once that's lost, it doesn't grow back. It doesn't come back, and there's really nothing you can do to make it fill in that gap again. So what he did was he shaved a little bit off of each side of a tooth, and hopefully when he pushes them together, the gap will decrease and I will have maybe a small hole where the papilla used to be. What happens when you don't floss or brush your teeth is bacteria grows on your teeth, and as you brush and floss your teeth every day, you kill the bacteria. And if you don't do that regularly, the bacteria gets inside your gums and into your bone, and it breaks down the bone. And gum is only there when it's supported by bone. So if there's no bone there, the gums will recede. And that's what happened to me, because the teeth were crooked or crossed. The gum tissue didn't have any bone structure to support it, so it slowly receded. And that's why it's so important to have very good oral hygiene before braces, especially during braces and after braces. Because once gum tissue is lost, it can't grow back. The only thing that you might be able to do is have a gum graft, but that's just not something that I'm interested in going down that road. I want to keep my gums healthy and clean, and so that they can hold my teeth in for the rest of my life. So one of the things that I talked about before that I use to keep my gums healthy and clean is I brush them 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a day. I've talked about this in my prior video. If you haven't seen my prior video, I'll put a link probably right up there, and you can get some more great information on braces. But they do have, I use these picks. They came out with new ones, which I'm really excited about. I think they're great. And I use these to clean my teeth every night after I eat, to get the food particles out, as well as to get the bacteria off of my teeth. Another thing that a lot of people really like that have braces are these super flossers. Oral-B makes them. What they are is it's a piece of floss, and it has, let me see if I can get one for you. It has a very stiff edge end piece, so you can thread it through your teeth and clean them that way. I've done this occasionally I'll do it for the front of my teeth. I have not quite mastered the ability to stick both of my hands in my mouth to get it to work the way they're supposed to do. So it takes a long time for me to do. And honestly, they're great. I love them when I do use them, but I find it much more efficient just to use these picks to really get the bacteria in between my teeth to remove that. So you want to make sure you do that so you can avoid having the black triangles and the missing papilla that I had when my teeth were finally straightened. The second thing I want to talk about is I want to give you some before and after pictures to give you a realistic expectation of what you can see in adult braces going forward, at least for me and my goals. My braces, when I went into my orthodontist, was I wanted to widen my arch. I felt I had a very narrow arch. And he said that, yes, he can do that within reason. However, the adult jaw is pretty much where it's going to be. And expanding the jaw is very difficult non-surgically, but that minor adjustments could be made. And I felt that I was happy with that expectation of really filling in the gaps of when I smiled, I felt like my arch was very narrow. The other thing that I wanted to correct was I had some crowding. Not a lot of crowding, but enough that it impacted my smile. So that was pretty straightforward, that he could definitely take care of that crowding. And by taking care of the crowding, it revealed some gum loss. And that led me to look at getting the missing papilla fixed. And that's when I learned that there really isn't a fix for that. The other thing that I wanted to address in my smile was I felt, and I do have, a very gummy smile. And we talked about that at some length on what we can do with that. And besides the gummy smile, I felt that my gum line was very uneven. It was very high for the two front teeth, and then it dropped towards the back. So one of the suggestions he had to get rid of the gummy smile was surgery. And that just wasn't something that I was interested in doing. Cost-wise, recovery time, I'm not that concerned about my gummy smile that I wanted to go down that road. But the other thing that he suggested was gum surgery to lift the gums and expose more of the tooth, which had to be done by a periodontist. And I've had that done, and I had a great experience, and I will talk about that in another video. But one of the great side benefits of the gum surgery was he was able to pull down a little bit of gum to fill that papilla. And it allowed, and by using the interproximal reduction, it allowed the orthodontist to push both of those teeth together to really eliminate the hole. So the hole's still going to be there, and I'm happy with it the way it is. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do any bonding or any additional work, but it really does make a big difference. So I highly recommend, if you have some concerns about your gummy smile or you feel like you show too much gum when you smile, to really look into having that surgery done. So that's it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. I have some great things in the works for you. I'm working on an empties video, a face of the day, as well as always doing braces updates whenever I go to the orthodontist. I will keep you informed of my journey and where we're going from there. So thank you again so much for your support. Please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.